I'm saying, I mean, let's just like crop the camera up a little bit. Let's all just do this pantsless. Get some buckets down here
and just let it rip live on air.
We'll just take
Why do we have to go?
You just see someone go.
Why do we have to go?
That would be me
pantless?
the whole show. I'd just be peeing.
Why not just get fucking tubes?
Because I want to put a
Let's
tube
all
in my
just get
dick.
catheters put in.
Not in your dick. You put your dick in a tube.
I'm not putting my dick in a tube either.
Can I let that be the intro to this episode?
I'm not
No
putting my dick
context.
in a tube.
There's no context. It's fine.
Okay, this is the Foreplay Podcast, episode 41.
Welcome.
I recently just started going on that subreddit, and it's pretty great.
No context. I can
What the fuck
appreciate
is
that.
the no context subreddit?
It's just
Wacky statements.
stuff pulled out from like threads that like it's fucking hilarious if with no context.
Oh, so it's quite literally no context.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. My name's Brandon Rose. I'm joined by Nick Nesser in the blue McCormick shirt, smelling like soup.
Smelling like soup. It's great to be here, everyone.
Mike to my right.
It's hot.
It's a little hot and sweaty in
It's
here.
not that hot.
You're doing worse than me
why.
right now. I'm feeling okay.
fucking- I don't know.
Welcome to my life. The sweaty life.
It happened last time too. I don't know.
It just hit you?
You have thyroid problem.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, you a little nervous, Nelly, over there?
I don't know.
And then there's Kevin in the bright red.
Hi.
Hello.
And this is
103.7.
The Owl. Bringing you the smooth jazz in the afternoon.
So, fun fact for this episode, me and Mike were going to shoot a Let's Play, but the computer decided, no, fuck you guys. We had an amazing intro where Mike went into this whole thing about he was just going to cast it at 105 point, whatever the fuck he said.
103.5.
The
The
Owl,
Owl.
because that was his
Jazz.
that was his radio station. And unfortunately, no one will ever
Like
see
in
that.
Daddy's Home? The Panda!
That's right.
Number
actually.
one smooth
okay.
jazz
I
radio.
just watched that last night, so
The number
It was-
one smooth jazz radio station.
Really?
yeah, that's why that came up. Smooth jazz.
Some of the worst CG I've ever seen in a movie.
With
That-
the
Oh, the
motorbike.
motorcycle scene.
I don't think I ever finished it, but I remember that and then wanted to turn it off.
That movie's fucking hilarious.
Well, I'm sure it was a pretty low budget film, so I'm sure they just didn't want to like.
But that's like cartoonishly bad.
I
like
think that's why it makes it better.
like when he drops in off the roof of the house into the half pipe
Yeah.
and shoots up.
shout out to the Daddy's Home 2 trailer. Did you anyone else see that here?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, isn't it?
It's
Mel
with
Gibson.
Mel Gibson, but the scene where Will Ferrell meets his dad. And
Oh, wait.
her dad,
Actually, I have seen this. Yeah.
and they're like hugging each
Daddy!
other. Yeah, Daddy! And they're like, and fucking Wahlberg's trying to like justify. He's like, oh, they haven't seen each other in a very long time. And he's like, it's been 2 weeks. Oh, that's some funny shit
It's good.
right there. You know
I'm
what's
with
good?
you.
The Foreplay Podcast.
Damn straight.
Where
Debatable.
yeah, that's it. That's very debatable. Where every day of the week a new video goes live at youtube.com/foreplay video. On Monday, we tease out the topics, which I will do in a minute or so. Tuesday is talk time. We talk about whatever we want. Wednesday is for Would You Rather. Thursday is a Do You Know? And this week a Should You Know question about our
Ooh.
parentals. That was an early tease before the tease. Friday, the full episode goes live at youtube.com/foreplay video in video form and in audio form on iTunes and Google Play Music. Please subscribe to all of those various outlets. Saturday, we play video games and other shits in the works, but you won't see it for a little bit. I'm trying to plan it out. Think about it, right, Mike?
Yeah.
Ew.
I think I'm allergic to the shit beer. I'm having like fucking hot flashes.
What are you drinking there, huh?
No, don't show them.
Kevin, did you purposely angle it the other way? Because the mouth is facing Nick.
I mean, from the back, it kind of just looks like a short like monster.
It looks like a
can.
kind of a cool can.
It's a cool looking can. All right, the beer inside of it
appeals to the
sucks.
younger crowd.
They're drinking the Keystone Ice, as Kevin said he wanted to hide at this episode. That failed. In the
Not
first
by
part.
choice.
Yeah, we're trying to get litty titties.
Litty titties. How much alcohol percentage? 5.6?
5.9
or 9?
5 point shit.
It does taste like ass. Do you know how much a normal beer has, Mike?
5.9. This is 5.9.
Thank you. We established that already.
4.2.
What are you talking about? Light beer or?
Kevin's got it. 4.2
Nailed it.
light beer, I think. Yeah.
No, light beer is.
No, 4.2. Fun fact.
I think light beer is less than that.
No, it's absolutely not in the 30s.
It also depends what you're drinking too.
Well, yes, but most light beers, light beers is what most people drink, right? Majority of beer is consumed.
Yeah,
I drink
depends on the person.
cherry.
No, I'm
Svedka.
saying like overall, like at our area.
I don't.
You hear more people ordering Bud Light, Miller Lite, Bud Latte.
I've never
Ben.
heard anyone call it Bud Latte, except for you. You're the only person.
And I'm pretty sure I stole that from Kevin, so.
And Kevin.
I got that from my friends at JMU. I stole that from them.
There you
I
go.
don't know. It's actually weird to think about it because now that I think about it,
Oh, by the way, speaking of friends from JMU, I promised my friend Hayden I'd give him another shout out. So
Hayden,
Shout
watch
out-
it. Hey,
Fuck you.
Hayden.
shout out to Hayden.
Wow.
Thanks-
Fuck
thanks,
you, Mike.
Hayden.
Don't listen to Mike Hayden.
well, he just cut me off from my when you think about it story.
But then you thought about it.
I knew I'd forget if I
No,
didn't do
let
it.
Hayden think about it.
Yeah, fuck him.
No, you think about it, and we'll all think about it.
All right. Well, what I was gonna say is that when I go to the bar, I like never order a light beer, but whenever I go
Really?
to somebody's like house, like when they're having a party, I usually have like Bud Light,
What do you ask
which
for?
is like weird. Like
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
What do you get at the bar though?
Usually Budweiser.
Oh, okay. See, I still include Budweiser in like the light beer.
But it's not.
It's not.
I get that, but I'm saying like the basic beers. Like your basic beers.
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying. But like, yeah, well, if I'm going there to get drunk, that's what. But like,
Especially
if
in
I'm
term-
eating like dinner and shit, then I'll get like an actual good beer.
Oh yeah. Well, because you're gonna enjoy it. You're not drinking that with the purpose of getting drunk like you do when you're usually at a bar.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna go out to the bar and slug 15 Dogfish Head 90-minute IPAs and throw up all
Do
over
some
the
Holy
goddamn
shit.
damage, man.
Dude, I went to Brielle Ale House like a while ago, and I started like I think it's like the 90 or 60 beer challenge. I don't know,
What the fuck is that?
but it's like you like try all 60 beers, and eventually you get like a shirt or a sweatshirt or some shit. But I don't know. They have a whole paper filled out, but they're like. Most of them are craft beers, so they're fucking like 7%, 9% and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm on my fourth beer, like just checking shit off the list, and it's just like,
Is it like
holy
a little?
shit!
Is it like a
No,
little
it's
like?
a whole pint.
Oh shit!
You have to do it one night.
No,
No.
no, dude.
No, you
Ah.
have. They give you like a paper. You write all your
Oh,
information
do they stamp
down,
it?
and then they keep it. The bartenders write the name of the beer, and then they sign it.
That's
For
really
each
cool.
one. It's like a whole list, and then they keep it. And then when you go back, you can just say
No.
your name, and they pull it
Wait,
from
you
the
gotta
list.
do that all
me the
in
pile.
one night.
All right, fuck off.
60 beers.
Dude, pumping your stomach
Dude,
like not even halfway through.
The science isn't there yet for the math on that, but that's a really good idea. But that's a problem because I'm one who likes to complete challenges,
Uh-oh.
and I view this as like a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 master all the gun challenges, where I'm like, I'm gonna go master all the beers, and I like to try new beers, even though I hate paying for them because I don't know if there's a single beer above 7% that I've liked. I've been like, this is good. It's always like
There's been a couple.
No, there's a couple where I'm like, I'll drink this. And most of them to me are like, ugh, I can't do it. I can't drink the craft beers.
Pick your shit.
I know. I like.
I
my
really
light
want
beers.
to try Sweetwater.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I have no idea. Long shark.
Mainly because I hate like being like persuaded by advertisements to get something. Like I fucking hate that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like because you know like that's they got you then.
Subscribe
let
to
them
Foreplay.
Right. But I see a shitload of advertisements for it on Facebook, but it looks banging.
You gotta give it a go.
I have to.
Now, what I'm gonna give a go is my teas for this week.
Do it.
So this week, for talk time, I would like to discuss.
Why am I sweating? That's what we're talking about.
That's always the conversation with me. I want to get serious, and it's going to involve some recent events in our country that have really torn this country apart as Kevin pukes from the Keystone Ice
So
lattes.
fucking gross.
Would you rather? It's going to involve shopping. And I thought of this one on my own the other day, and I thought it was very tough, so I'm proud of myself. I'm just
Okay.
going to toot that horn. Do you know I want to know about parents and lying. Now, for my talk time topic. If anyone's paid attention to the recent events in this country, Charlottesville, South Carolina, some shit has gone down.
Oh, Charlottesville, Virginia.
Yeah.
Virginia.
Oh, never mind. Sorry, wrong state. I was thinking there is a Charlottesville, South Carolina.
Right,
I was
there
just
is.
I was just
Okay,
nodding
yeah,
my
okay.
head.
Okay.
I wasn't thinking. Sorry.
Not a great start. Not a great start to
That's
a
on me.
serious
That's
topic.
on me. I was just.
Yeah, I'll blame Nick. Anyway,
There's no quality control.
so obviously the most basic summary is that a lot of KKK members, neo-Nazis, white nationalists joined what was originally just people protesting the removal of a Confederate statue that belonged to Robert E. Lee, who was a Confederate general, which maybe they were going to be peaceful protests without all the nationalists and the racist occupants that followed them. So to oppose that were all the people protesting them. Everything went really, really bad. A woman died because someone, a nationalist from Ohio, ran her over with his car. And everyone's thinking, well, not everyone's thinking. I mean, a lot of this shit keeps happening, right? Which is the problem. The big controversy is obviously our president, who at this point in time has said that there's a lot of blame on both sides. Everyone could take their opinion on that statement. It takes a lot of guts to call out people protesting Nazis and white nationalists and KKK members. But the question I want to pose after all of this, and it's inspired from a podcast and a guy I've listened to for many years. Kevin's familiar, Colin. I'm kind of funny. He's one of the reasons why I wanted to start doing all this foreplay stuff. And just for background for Mike and Nick, because you guys don't really follow him at all, and 99% of the people probably that listen to this anyway, the few people that do, don't know who he is. He left a kind of funny games group to go start talking about politics and history because that's where his passion really was. And he gets a lot of shit on the internet. A lot of people like to attack him for no real reason. He just says it like he thinks he is. I think he's almost always justified. There's never really been a point. So it shows Colin's Last Stand. You can check that out. But the video he posed this week after everything that happened was that we should not be praising the removal and destruction of Confederate statues and art by people opposing those beliefs. So basically, I don't have the full facts. I should have came fully prepared. But I believe in South Carolina was the thing. There's a video out there of people who were protesting all the Charlottesville stuff and just basically, in Virginia, they were protesting that all these Confederate statues should be gone and erased. So a group of people went to this statue where I don't really remember. I should have that. And they tore it down. So obviously illegally, they destroyed an art statue in the town. And there's video of just a bunch of people spitting on it, kicking it, and destroying it. So I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on that. So would you like to chime in first, Mike? Go ahead.
Who's the idiot that kicks a statue?
Yeah, that
Fair.
doesn't end.
Fair point.
That doesn't end.
You're
Fair
not
point.
accomplishing much.
But
Now, I don't think we need.
I'm ready.
I don't think we need all. I don't want to pose all the facts because then I feel like it gives us more now. And we're gonna preface this with, we're not. Are any of us too in tune with everything that's going on? Really, unfortunately,
The information
we don't know. We don't know all the facts about everything. That's
Yeah,
obvious.
the information you presented is more or less what the general population would know. Probably even more. Honestly, probably more than the general
Unfortunately,
population would know. Sadly, so
Just
that's about my knowledge of it.
Okay. So without getting into too specifics, it's basically the topic is destroying Confederate statues and thing with bad history. Okay.
No. I mean, I think there's a place for that stuff in like a museum,
Exactly.
and stuff like
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
So that's
Well, I heard of them like people also tearing down like other statues. Like, to be honest, I don't even understand why there's a Robert E. Lee statue to begin with.
Yeah,
that doesn't even make sense to me.
yeah.
It's
But
Well, and it's
I can give you a few
stuff,
reasons.
Yeah, it's stuff that sprung up in the early 1900s. I
Jim
want to say
Crow
1920.
era.
Don't quote me. Yeah, but it's a statue that existed from then because there was a lot of pride in the South giving their history and heritage. So that's why that statue, and it's basically just existed till this point.
there was a lot of growing rights for African Americans, and that was the rise against that to ensure white superiority.
Yeah,
There were a lot of statues built in that time period specifically because of it. There were also a lot of monuments erected during the 1960s because of this.
yeah,
So that
and
is part
it
of the
just
reason.
pretty much existed to this point.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't really have a strong stance on it, and I didn't think about it in the way until the video I pointed out earlier explained it. But I think it's really fucking horrible for people that oppose all of these beliefs, which obviously fuck all these neo-Nazis in our country, fuck all the white supremacists and all these fucking white nationalists. Shut the fuck up. Stop doing all the shit you're doing. But the people that oppose them, like I believe myself, you're not accomplishing anything by destroying these fucking Confederate statues and these monuments. Oppose them, yes, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on that team. Should they be sprung up in the middle of the town? I don't think so. Destroyed, to me, that's not the solution. We need to keep this shit. Put it away. Put it in a fucking like hidden museum, a warehouse, anywhere. But what the fuck does destroying history accomplish?
It's easier so go ahead, Mike, sorry.
what is a hidden museum?
Just basically a warehouse. But I felt like that would do it disjustice. But yes.
No, I agree. It should go in a museum. It shouldn't be destroyed. But at the same time, who are we to be able to say that it shouldn't be destroyed when it's not a symbol of our oppression? You know, who are we to say? Like, would you say that Jewish people would be being wrong if they tore down the walls of Auschwitz? Could you say logically that would be wrong of them? I mean, we should keep those things. In fact, the Russians were destroying concentration camps because of the terrible inhumanities that were occurring. But Americans were like, no, we need this to show people. Like, there will be people that doubt that this happened.
Yeah, no,
we need proof.
There needs to be something that you can
Physical
Yeah.
proof.
physical proof that and stuff that because like everything's based on learning from
The past.
things that have happened and
Right,
And
but
I
that's-
completely agree
that's
with that.
different, But like,
Could
there's
you
a statue like memorializing a person that was for the oppression.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's a different conversation than really what I'm bringing up. The conversation, should they be allowed to exist in the town? I don't think so. I think
of course,
they
not.
need to
Yeah, we all agree on that.
why are we publicizing this figure who has loaded history so wrong? I'm holding back information from the main of my topic because I want opinions first before I prime you guys with other thoughts. But the main focus is like destroying these things, removing them from our history, which we're going on almost 100 years at this point, and removing these statues.
Well, I mean, you get so frustrated with shit, people just don't know what to do anymore.
That's the thing. Like, I logically think it's best to keep it preserved, but I don't inherently think it's morally wrong for the people that felt oppressed by those things to destroy those things. You know what I'm saying?
And I understand.
Like,
what
I
you're
still
saying,
think
and
the
I
better
understand-
idea is to
and-
not destroy it,
yeah.
but it's not wrong that they're destroying it.
I'm not saying that the train of thought makes sense, obviously, but what does it accomplish in the long run? It's the short-term solution to your anger and to your problems.
It's not necessarily solely short. Definitely, there is short-term gratification. It's not also solely short-term.
Now,
It can be long-term.
and now the some of the information I'm going to bring to light now on the topic, before I reveal more as we go on, is the analogy that he brought, which really fucking hit me too with these things, is that he more or less compared the actions of these people who are tearing down Confederate statues, opposing them, and destroying our art history to one of ISIS's big goals, which, if you're not aware, one of ISIS's big goals, or not goals, I want to say, but one of the things that they do is go into history's museums and start destroying ancient artifacts. There's a whole fucking science. There's millions of news articles from all the various outlets on it. But they go into these things and destroy any religious, historic artifact that opposes what their beliefs are, if that's what that artifact's around.
Yes.
and they just go around and destroy this history from hundreds, thousands of years ago. And that when that comparison was made to ISIS, where all we hear is they're the fucking evil, and they obviously are.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that you're doing stuff that's similar to them really hit me in a way that I didn't really know how to.
That argument is still inherently flawed because you're comparing actions and not intentions. The reasoning behind ISIS's motives is likely very, very different than the reasons behind the people that want the Confederate statues gone. You know what I'm saying?
But what are their reasons?
I don't know what ISIS's reasons are.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying what do you think?
To get rid of symbols of their oppression. You know, why would you, if you were an ancestor of a slave, or if you had families, you know, members or whatever that lived in that time that were, you know, oppressed by that group of people, and you live in a country that claims that you're an equal and free member, why would you want that symbol as an active part of your society? I mean, maybe it's not something you think about much, but it's still proudly displayed in town. Like, we're okay with this. You know, we're okay that this guy did these things and whatnot, and that or rather that he stands for the time period that did these things, and we okay that. And how would that make you feel? Imagine having a child.
Well, I have another counterpoint, but
yeah, no, of course.
Mike or Kevin, you have any thoughts before?
I mean,
it's different motives.
I can't sit here and say I've ever felt any sense of
never
any
have,
type
yeah.
of oppression at all. So
Yeah.
I can't relate to anything that
exactly.
these people are feeling. I think a lot of it's reached an extreme at this point where it doesn't really.
It has.
Like, I don't understand. I don't know. I don't get it.
Mike. Well, this is the thing. So as you're saying, we've never felt that, and we're removing what these people stand for, right?
Mm-hmm.
The problem is, and I didn't know about this, so I'm not. This isn't me talking from the high force to try to one up you guys or counter everything you all say.
That's fine.
I learned this. I just learned it before we said it on our own show, and like I said, I didn't think about it. So you're talking about us removing statues of what these oppressed actions in history stand for, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it's right.
No, I'm just saying that's
Entirely.
the most right. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, prolific slave owners.
Absolutely, yeah, I know.
And we worship these people on our money every day.
Yeah.
We go to their houses, I can't think of it right now, Vernon. They're on Mount Rushmore.
Thank you,
George Washington's house, we talk about them every day as prolific heroes. However, they were all prolific slave owners.
And that's also inherently bad.
So this is what I'm saying, and what was brought up in this video to me that brought the knowledge to me. It's a fucking slippery slope if we start destroying artifacts in history of these Confederate people, where then the road keeps going, and the road keeps going, so we're going to destroy Mount Rushmore?
Well, no, there's already people calling for, they want to rename the capital.
Yeah. And
why is it Washington, D.C.?
Yeah.
It's like, it's
because what did it stand for? That's what I'm saying. It's a slippery slope. So to me, you can't have it one way where, yes, it's okay to destroy the Confederate generals who fought for slavery, but the people fighting against them who had slaves, that's also okay.
No, I'm not saying that's okay.
And that's what I'm saying. To me, you can't have it one way or another. That's why I'm strongly against. Remove it from the fucking town. We don't need to publicize them. We don't need to give those fucking people any credit.
Mm-hmm.
But destroying it, to me, you're accomplishing nothing.
Well, again, that you keep saying the keywords "to me," and that right there leaves the argument at a standstill because, again, we can't justify the emotions and feelings of the class that is being oppressed or feeling oppressed from those moments in history. We can't say, to me, it doesn't feel like we're accomplishing anything because we're not the ones that are destroying the statues. We're not the ones that have motives to destroy the statues. So that's something we can't say for certain. You know, like I do agree it should be saved in a museum, but I also don't think it's wrong that people are.
I would like to know how it
that.
feels. Okay, you hop on this statue and you rip it to the ground, and now it's flattened on the ground. So how did you feel after that?
I'm sure there was a lot of satisfaction.
That's what I'm saying. It's the short term though.
Is it only short term? I don't know. Definitely short term. There's definitely short term involved. Is it only short term? If it leads to change, if it gets other people to be like, all right, we don't want our statues destroyed, let's put them in the museum before that can happen.
And my problem with that is that in the most immediate example being the Charlottesville incident, it's the white nationalists, the neo-Nazis, white supremacists, largely against people who oppose them in the most general sense, right? So what are we doing if not just only fueling their fight by destroying the stuff that they're fighting for, which is inherently and unquestionably wrong.
It's not inherently and unquestionably wrong.
Their beliefs.
Sorry, we're on a different page.
Their
Yeah.
beliefs. We're just fueling their beliefs by destroying. Like we're not. That's what I'm saying. It's the short term where it's just we're fueling them and getting a short term gratification if you're one of those people destroying an art history. If that's what you're trying to accomplish, the long term solution isn't there. And destroying history is not my thing. I'm someone who I've talked on the show before. I love my personal memories, and obviously I don't cut from the history of oppression and all of that. But we need to keep these things. Otherwise, in hundreds of years, people will question if they even existed at all if we don't have some of these things. For good or for bad.
For good or for bad. I mean,
because we can't change the past. So
I don't disagree entirely. I do disagree that destroying statues on their own would be the only thing that would fuel this level of white supremacy, this level of neo-Nazism, because we have had a surge in recent years with the Obama presidency and with the Trump administration on its own. Even without destroying anything, there's been a rise of white nationalism. Yeah. And that in itself is a problem. Nothing was even destroyed. So you can't say that this would be the thing that would fuel things. There's so many different factors that contribute to it all in all. And at the end of the day...
but my point is just giving them that much more fuel when it's...
But why do we care? Why should we care about their feelings, their emotions? Because at the end of the day, if we take away their power, then they have nothing but whatever they want to do in terms of rallies and nonsense, but they don't actually have that power. You know, right now they're seeing black people and other people of different races gain more equity in our nation. And they're like, no, like we want to go back to the old way. We want to go back to the 1960s.
It's fucking 2017. Get a grip.
I am with you. I am with you. But eventually we will get there. And eventually with each generation of people, there will be less and less people that share those beliefs over time. It won't be.
I think that's the hope,
effect.
But I feel like maybe just because we weren't in tune, but 10 years ago, granted, I was only 13.
Yeah.
Do you remember really hearing about this kind of stuff in our country? No. I don't.
But we don't. We used to keep in mind people used to literally be lynched 60 years ago.
Yeah, which isn't nuts.
And we don't do that anymore. So we are improving. We're not there, but like the point I'm making is 200 years ago people were in chains.
Yeah. 100
years ago they couldn't vote. And they were getting killed. 60 years ago, they were getting killed. Now, for the most part, I mean, no one's getting lynched. Yeah. So we are nowhere near where we need to be. But with each generation, we are improving. We are starting to see more humanity within our fellow Americans. We are not there. We're not even close to being there. Heck, we still have huge discrepancies with women as well. But that's an argument for another podcast. Yeah. But we're not there yet in terms of equality. But we are getting better with each generation. I like to believe.
I'm fully supporting the defense against these people.
Absolutely.
All of them, you can all go fuck yourselves. I don't have any remorse for any of them. I just think there's better ways they can accomplish what they're trying to do. And destroying art, destroying history, it's not going to be long term. I just feel like it fuels the fire in the wrong ways.
I think worthwhile.
I think you can combat the fire in better ways, which might fuel it, but to me, that's just fueling it. I don't think it's combating anything. Destroying history, I can't be for. Because like I said, it's a slippery slope, and you just it takes you all the way up.
But even with that slippery slope, is it better to not try and make amendments where you can versus just like, all right, you know what, I don't even want to touch it because it's too much of a problem? You know, is it better to do something and try than do nothing?
I think there's other routes. I don't think that's the only.
No, I'm not saying just destroy. Like, obviously, I'm not. I'm even saying ideally we wouldn't destroy those things, but I'm not saying I blame the people that are destroying it for destroying it. That's what I'm saying, because they are getting rid of those symbols of their oppression. Maybe it's not a way that you agree in, but we're not the ones oppressed. Yeah. How can we say that they're doing it the wrong way?
It's easier from us.
Yeah,
we'll agree to disagree
again. Because would you tell Jews to not destroy Auschwitz? And if your answer to that would be no, then you can't say the same for this. I mean, I know some of the things that those people have gone through are very different, but they are. I mean,
my stance is going to be always. I've established now: just don't destroy history.
Regardless,
can't tell anyone what to do or whatnot.
Who even makes a statue of a loser? The dude lost the war.
No, that's the best part. Like,
The dude's a loser.
Yeah,
and
easy.
traitor, a literal traitor.
One of the biggest traitors ever, Robert E. Lee.
And yet people in the South that claim to be like huge Americans are also touting Confederate flags, which is completely contradictory. But again, another argument for another day.
Yeah.
That I would love to get into, but not today.
Mike, what is your take on the art perspective? Well, because you're the obvious artist of us both.
And the scientist.
And the new scientist.
This is true.
Trivial Pursuit, youtube.com/4play video.
This is true.
So what do you think about these people destroying?
Someone took the time to create something like that.
What obviously it doesn't stand for the right thing, but this was also made 80 years ago at this point.
Probably take a poop on the statue.
You would?
Fair.
Yeah.
Would you destroy it?
I don't know. This
It's a hard topic.
Yeah.
I have no decision on that.
Check. Kevin, you have any closing thoughts?
Everyone needs to chill the fuck out.
Amen to that.
Like I'm worried about like shit went down on Game of Thrones on Sunday.
Yeah.
How do people have the fucking time to go out and be
Racist,
do whatever the hell they're doing?
That's
between work, school,
everything.
Game of Thrones. I have no time for any of.
That's why I wish you have that superpower where you could see into someone's thoughts. How do you even conjure those thoughts?
Well, you have to also.
How do you have the energy to hate something that much?
Yeah.
People, there's probably plenty of them that are so uneducated and just like blind following just because it's something to do.
That's true.
And there's thousands of them just because of that.
Yeah.
Well, more so now with the internet than anything.
Well, the scariest part about the internet is there's selective information. There can be 500 million articles on vaccines not causing autism, and people will search for the one rogue article that says vaccines cause autism, and they'll use that as their proof. So
let's not start on that topic.
Yeah, but it's the same idea. And I'm willing to bet a lot of these people also believes that vaccines cause autism. These white supremacist groups. I'm willing to put a higher percentage than most Americans.
We're going to button that serious topic.
Yes.
Because my other topics are more enlightening.
Yeah.
But it's obviously appropriate because it's been bothering me this week after I saw the one video I mentioned. You can get a beer. Give me a beer. I have an extra one. But I want to end on one quote, which I think is going to add a comical twist to the nonsense that's happened in this country. So you guys, everyone obviously at this point has seen the videos of the white nationalists and the KKK with their tiki torches.
Yes.
Has anyone yet here seen a comment that tiki torches put out?
I think so.
No, that sounds
Tiki torches.
They actually put out a disclaimer.
Had to put a comment out because Mike, you've seen these pictures, right? With the tiki torches.
Wait.
Yes.
I just wanted to say two things.
Okay, go ahead.
Tina Fey had a part on SNL about this whole thing, and it's fucking amazing.
I haven't seen it yet.
Out.
I will check that out.
And then somebody on Reddit photoshopped a picture of all the white supremacists with the tiki torches with like 6-foot long dildos.
Yeah. That's
and it's
fantastic.
fucking hilarious.
That's gold. So, to end the topic, this was the quote by Tiki Brand, which has 70 employees and is owned by Lamplight Farms of Wisconsin. They said its torches are intended for positive events, and I quote from them. Our products are designed to enhance backyard gatherings and to help family and friends connect with each other at home and in their yard, amongst other things. I just like the part, enhance backyard gatherings.
Not cult gatherings.
No.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Like, you
That's
really,
great.
you really know it's 2017 when you have
Tiki Brand.
when you have Tiki Brand coming out and supporting the fight against
the
white
nationalists.
supremacists.
It's actually funny. Somebody on Reddit said, "I hope this doesn't become a new like Nazi symbol because I love my tiki torches."
I like that.
Oh my
To transition.
god. Okay.
Would you rather? I was thinking about this week because, listen, let me take you on a little walk.
Oh,
Brandon orders 99% of his things off this thing in his hand, which this thing in his hand is his phone. Amazon.com, right?
Yeah.
Love Amazon. Don't got to go to the store. Don't got to worry about anything.
It's great for buying books and only books.
No, that's like literal super bad 10 years ago, which we were talking about earlier in person. But would you rather, and this is the only thing you could do for the rest of your life, only shop online or only shop in stores?
Online.
See, that's the easy answer. I think about that too. Now think about this though. Buying clothes. Seeing cars.
Wait, no, that is...
I'm talking about purchasing anything.
Yeah, no, that, like, clothes was, like, the number one thing that I did not care about. But now I just thought about, like, needing to run out and get, like, a stick of deodorant because I forgot to buy one. Or, like, a tube of toothpaste.
That's how you order, like, a 36-pack of deodorant.
No, but I didn't think of that
and
stuff.
I would still fuck up and, like, go through the last one and be like, shit.
This is why I thought it was so tough. I didn't think about that stuff. Now, what I'm gonna the caveat, food, you can still go out and get like fast food and shit. We're not gonna count
Like
that.
Taco Bell. Yeah.
Well, that wouldn't matter anyway because Amazon with their whole there's
Amazon
there's a warehouse that's gonna be in New Jersey. You could go on Amazon, order your food. It'll be there like that day.
It's amazing.
The future is beautiful.
The future is beautiful. I agree.
At least that's what I'm hearing.
I'm going to Disney, and we can actually order from Amazon Prime like groceries for the hotel room.
Amazon Fresh, but hotel, that's new. I didn't know that. That's their thing.
Amazon Fresh. Yeah.
So I will only allow like fast food and like I guess the most basic of groceries, like the most necessities. Like obviously
Bread and milk.
yeah, if you're gonna die
Yeah.
of starvation,
Yeah.
you don't have to wait for 2 days or whatever.
Wait, why not? That's the deal.
No,
You got to order and be
You
prepared.
get to eat sewer rats.
you can't ever like. It's not that you're trapped inside, but I'm saying 99% of
You got
goods
tap water.
has to be purchased online or purchased in the store. What are your guys' decisions?
So far, I'm still online
Really?
because clothes I really don't try on, and I share with my 6'1" brother anyway. So as long as it's a size between us, we'll make it work. You know. So I don't really think too much about clothes.
Now, Nick, could we bring the cat out of the bag on one of your most recent big purchases?
We can.
So you bought a car
I bought a car.
recently, which,
It's a big deal.
as of the time of filming this, we actually fucking haven't seen ourselves.
true.
which
One of
is
the
annoying.
worst investments you could ever make in your life.
Is it?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah, the value- yeah.
The value drops like crazy. But at the same time, you know, you
If you ever wanted to get someone sincerely depressed, just tell them that
Tell them
right
that
after
fun
they buy a
fact.
car.
no, I mean, I'm not depressed. If it lasts even 8 years, it's the most cost efficient option.
Nah, I mean, especially the model you
that's-
bought, man.
Knock on wood.
That's what I always thought was funny about car commercials around Christmas time when like people buy them as gifts for people. It's just like,
Surprise.
here's 15 years of payments.
Yeah.
the fucking big old red bow on the
Yeah.
car.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be fucking nice, but I just always thought that was funny.
I mean, I think about that all the time because my girlfriend Nicole, we've decided it'd be really great for her to get a Mini Cooper one day. She likes that car.
Okay.
I like the idea of a convertible.
Get it twin turboed.
And I would love one Christmas morning, you know, to like
Just wake
go
up and
walk
see that.
outside.
Yeah.
I got you a fucking Mini Cooper. Like that'd be cool. But obviously, yeah, we're gonna be paying for this for the next
get a
fucking
Hot
X amount of
Wheels.
years.
That's
I
true.
could.
Get her.
I'm gonna block that out of the edit here, just so I can get her a Hot Wheel Mini Cooper this Christmas.
get
which
her
is
a
also her birthday.
Fiat.
We've talked about that as well.
Just do like a voiceover when I say that. Just be like, you can get a loofah.
If I remember, I'm absolutely doing that. Any hoosers, but yeah, but no, think about this, right? So Nick got his car. Now, if he had to buy it online only, hey, you say buy it online.
I would have done that in a snap.
Okay, but what if it was the simple things like that you
Simple
if
Jack.
you didn't like, you can't. There's no real going back once you purchase a car.
That's fine.
There's no like quick returns on that.
That's fine. I bought the basic model anyway.
Basic.
I
bitch.
bought the cheapest model I could get.
I could probably go online and set up a test drive.
And even if I couldn't, if I didn't have to
Debatable.
go through a middleman, I'd probably save
Oh, it's
at
like-
least $2,000, $2,000 to $3,000, and it would be made for me.
I thought
You could
meant like
surely
an online
customize certain things. That's
simulation.
perfect. In fact, that's
No.
what I wanted to do, but you can't do that. You actually legally have to buy through, not legally. The big car dealers have set it up that you can only buy through them. The only car that you can buy outside of a dealer and directly from the manufacturer is Tesla. to my knowledge. There might be other smaller scale cars, but Tesla's the only one. Any
Teslas
other car?
Are freaking
Next
crazy,
car is
dude.
definitely the Tesla.
Those
When-
things are insanely tech driven.
When I run the
ridiculous.
slut into her fucking grave, I'm getting a Tesla.
I wanted one because some of them look fucking awesome.
Yeah, but you-
and then I saw one in like nothing. Like it was literally like
Bare bone
it
model.
was fucking slush on the ground, and like any car should be able to get through this. And it was a slight uphill. Everybody's cruising through it. This Tesla is just spinning wheels. I was just like, I'm never getting a Tesla.
I'll blame the tires.
Well, no, you like
It
to
was like a brand
travel
new
and
car.
drive and everything. You only
Actually,
you only get
fuck.
like 250 miles.
That'd be
or
the
something
weekend car, you know.
per charge.
The Tesla, it's
weekend
fucking
car.
cool. It's a cool car.
You can care for a weekend car.
Eventually,
Yeah. one day.
eventually they'll be top notch.
Mike, where are you at on this question? Because I have no idea where to read you.
What?
I felt like Nick was
What
going
was
to
the
take.
question?
Fuck you. In store, online. I felt like Nick was going to pick
No,
online.
I'm going.
I hate leaving
in
my
store.
house.
I know that's why. You're going to go in store.
Yeah. Buying gifts is gonna be like impossible though, because I buy all my gifts online.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. I brought this up because I think it's easy to say I'm the biggest online shopper out of this
I'm
group.
not saying I'm the big. Oh, you.
Wait,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, I buy like literally everything online. I haven't gone to a store and bought shit in forever.
How the fuck do you buy gas?
Obviously,
You go
gas
do a
is-
you go to a life of siphoning.
gas is allowed.
you go on Amazon and buy a gallon of gasoline.
Get a liter of cola.
Super Troopers 2 finished filming a few weeks ago. Shut up.
Could you?
No, they
imagine
finished filming a
Amazon
while
selling
ago.
gas?
Gas, dude. Honest to God, what 2 years? We're 2 years out from Amazon selling gas and having their own gas things, taking over.
They almost have a supermarket.
Speak about
They probably have it
dangerous.
already.
Yeah.
Imagine a drone bringing you a drum of gasoline.
No, that we're asking for it at that point.
See,
if I'm a
that's the
drone
thing,
is
I don't-
delivering gasoline,
I don't agree with the whole. The last thing we need are drones
Yeah,
flying
no,
everywhere.
no.
Yeah.
Do you know how many people order from Amazon? And,
It'll-
like,
it'll-
You know how many fucking jobs that would put people out of?
well,
Not
We're-
even
we're
that.
tending towards that anyway.
how many?
All jobs will be.
How much shit would get
That's why
stolen?
we're headed towards the universal income.
That's why
exactly?
I think I'm thinking about backing out of everything I'm doing right now and just going into IT.
It's
makes
it's the
sense,
last
yeah.
job that's gonna last.
Seriously.
Unfortunately,
If they do the drones, how much packages are going to get stolen? That's literally going to be full-time
Well, that-
jobs
yeah,
for
that
some
was the
people.
number one thing that people were saying.
They'll never be able to do it. You'll just never be able to do it.
Like all it takes is one nerd
Unless-
sitting in their room to hack a
No.
drone and
No, the people
bring
were
it to their
shooting
house.
them down with shotguns.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Shit,
The
true.
only way they would be allowed is if the federal government endorses it. So then it
Made
is
it
a
illegal.
federal crime if you tamper with a drone.
Yeah.
That's it.
well, isn't Amazon partnered with the postal service USPS?
I can't confirm nor deny that
I
fact.
may be wrong, but if that's the case, then you make the drones post office USPS. Now it's federal.
You have 3 nuts though, right?
Has nothing to do with anything.
Wait, what?
Has nothing to do with our argument.
You didn't
He
deny
didn't
it.
deny it.
Life's
Tomato,
interesting.
tomato, as they say.
Life is strange.
And why do you
Fuck
know
yeah.
this?
Oh, you showed me.
And you followed the check.
Funnel the balls, look at the gravy. Shout out to Tropic Thunder. Answers. I haven't actually spoken my truth. Hold on.
Message.
My point. I am the biggest online shopper here, right?
Cool. Congratulations.
It feels good. It's
Yeah.
I don't
easy,
even know if that's true.
but because of the biggest purchases and when most necessary, and because it would save me money in the long run, I'm picking
necessarily true.
in-store
necessarily
shopping.
true.
Yes. Because Nick, you don't know how many impulse buys because my phone allows me to order things to my house in 2 days.
In that sense, I was picturing like getting equivalent items.
No,
Sorry.
I'm picking in-store. Honest to God, because I would save money because there's a lot of impulse buying that happens. Boop. There's literally an Amazon button, buy now with 1 click.
Well, if
And I
you're
click that and
dangerous.
it's
That
at
is
my house in 2
dangerous.
days.
if you're buying in store, can you request like in store pickup?
No. You can't do anything online with shopping.
Nothing.
You lose the internet.
Alright.
No, but Mike, I'm in store. You online or in store?
It's gonna be a lot weirder getting dildos now.
Either way. Anyone looks at
No,
your
I'm,
Amazon history?
I'm in store.
Have to be, right? Nick? Online. Shocker, you're online.
Shocker.
Kevin, where are you at, though?
I gotta be honest. Like, I'm not a big shopper.
I don't know. What
No,
that means,
I
though.
wasn't looking at you in confusion.
No, because
I was thinking Kevin might be the least shopper of us all.
Like, I'm thinking about it. Won't really matter what I pick because I don't.
Okay.
I feel like none of you really shop.
I'm not a big shopper. I'm not a big impulse buyer. I can see having that option
What
to be
don't know
dangerous
me.
for you.
what would
I have
make
a lot
it?
of impulse buys too. I have Amazon Prime too.
You want to fucking fight, dude? Or
No, I was just saying I have a shitload of like impulse buys
Yeah.
too.
Like, I have
It's easy.
Amazon Prime too. It's probably the biggest waste of money for me of all.
Amazon or die.
'Cause I
Hey,
barely
as long
use
as long as you order like $50 worth of shipping costs in the year, which is like 5 or 6 orders,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
paid
you
for
can
itself.
also like if it's not in a rush to get to your house, you can also like do the normal shipping and you get credit put back
I do
onto
that
your account.
all the time.
Oh, I didn't
really?
know that.
Yeah.
I did
If you
not
do
know that.
free no rush shipping for a certain amount of shipments, you'll get $1 for digital deliveries, which for me used to be my Super Knockin' Boots podcast because they would be on Amazon. So I'd basically get those for free. Eventually, you get credit for Prime Pantry, which is their food shopping. But I did find out because I thought I was just stacking them. They expire after like 3 months. But some shit I order, it's like I don't
Yeah,
need this
yeah.
2 days, so I just always just click it.
Yeah.
And it still shows up in like 3 days anyway. So it's like, what the fuck am I really missing out
What are you
on?
paying for?
Yes, I don't know what I'd do. I mean, see, I'm not, out of my. Still living with the parents, so I don't really know. It's not. I'm not going
never
like
been
food
shopping.
shopping. No, I don't go
Kidding.
food shopping and stuff all the time. So I don't know how much of a hassle that would be. I know you said food isn't included, but I feel like that'd be a big
Well,
part.
necessities they aren't included. Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't
so
tell you that.
great.
Like, I'll go every once in a while and maybe get like a couple shirts and stuff. It's not like I'm going out
Yeah.
and buying like crazy shit.
Still though, it's just sending shit back online is a goddamn hassle. No matter how you fucking phrase it or word it. It
Absolutely.
sucks. Having to ship shit back instead of being able to just go to a store and say, "Take this, please." I'm finished with it.
Same thing.
I also realized that the 2-day shipping on Amazon Prime is kind of like just fueling the impulse buys because now that I realize it, it's like if I don't get that impulse buy in 2 days, I start thinking about like why the fuck did I just buy that? I don't need that. So when it comes in 2 days,
Yeah.
it's just like all right, I got it. Okay.
Whenever I purchase something that's like really it's not a need, it's more of like something I wanted and I always second guess it. I'm like, why after I bought it, I'm like, why the
Buyer's
fuck did I
remorse.
buy this shit?
Yeah.
It's like, and then I use it or whatever and it's fine.
Usually
but
happens
it's
with
always-
cars.
Yeah, go check out your car.
I didn't buy anything fancy. I bought a simple,
Simple
fuel
jack.
efficient,
Honda
long
Civic.
quote unquote long lasting, knock on wood, vehicle. I didn't buy any bells and whistles.
Honda Civic.
Got a
Should've
basic
got a
Honda
Subaru.
Civic. It wouldn't have mattered if I went Nissan, if I went
What the fuck?
Honda, if I went
What
Toyota.
is your relation with Subaru?
Wouldn't have mattered.
Because they fucking last forever.
That's
They
debatable.
all those cars are good cars.
Yeah, I was
There's
driving.
no bells and whistles.
I was driving my first car was a 1996
I remember
Honda
that
Civic.
fucker. Yeah.
That thing still ran.
That's
and
what I'm
I
saying.
1981 Honda. How dare you?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm not going to get buyer's remorse because I didn't buy some like flashy out of my price range car. I bought an efficient car that's
That
going to
you
do what
bought
I
in
needed to do.
person. And
If
now
you
you
don't
can't.
mind
But if I
the
could have ordered it
price,
online, I
don't
would
know
have
if
ordered
you
it
already
online.
said it.
You could have ordered it online.
No, because it would have had to go to the dealer anyway.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like doing that.
So
If I could've-
lazy online shopper.
If I could have ordered it direct,
that
to
would
my
be, that's your
house,
future. Kevin, do
I
or
would
die online in
absolutely
store.
what I would have done.
I'll just go to the store. Maybe I'll get out of the
There
house.
you go. Now, do you know? And this week will be a should you know topic. Now, I want everyone to take a little trip back in time, right? Think about, let's see, how old are we? 23? Everyone here is 23, yes.
No.
at this
I
point.
just turned 23.
Yeah, you're fucking 23. Fuck you.
No.
I was just thinking about your birthday. You're the day before April Fool's Day. Fun
2
fact.
more months for me.
That's right. Fuck, you're the first to turn
24.
24.
Not quite a fool.
You old fuck. So,
Wait, so am I the youngest here?
yeah, you little bitch.
Little baby.
Now I gotta go back into my Google history for the full list.
See how much
No, it's actually Roy Rogers Restaurant. Because
Ew.
before this, we were researching that.
1984 murder.
I wonder what that's.
Everybody
a
read
reference
about
to.
it.
Is that what the kids are searching up on Pornhub these days? Roy Rogers.
Roy Rogers. So,
Yeah, that and Overwatch.
like I said, think back to when we were all young lads. And I'm gonna pose a problem with how we raise children.
Because you have a child, right?
Not ready to announce that yet on the 4.
Yeah, why did you include yourself in the we raise?
True.
Well, I've
That's a
always
great question.
heard that like the worst thing for a parent is when somebody else criticizes parenting when they don't have a kid.
Well,
Any Hoosers,
yes.
All right.
parents lie to their fucking kids all the time, right? Say I'm
Many
wrong.
do.
Most specifically on certain holidays.
Yes.
Do not do
So-
this to me.
So,
Do not shatter my dreams.
do you know?
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoilers for the children out there. Do you know why parents lie to people about holidays? Specifically, let's go down the list, right?
Christmas.
Santa Claus,
Santa Claus.
the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, not really a holiday, but a figment of imagination. Are there
Yeah.
any I'm missing? Those are the I feel like those are the big three, right?
The leprechaun.
Is that what you were told, the Irish boy? the magic leprechaun?
What about Baby Nunu?
Is that a Greek god? I don't know.
No, what the fucking New Year's baby? I don't know.
What, Baby Nunu is not, no.
No, I feel like wasn't that like a skin on Smite?
I don't know.
Yeah, Baby Nunu, something, that's
Baby Foo-Foo or something.
something along
It
those
was a
lines in my
Cupid- It
mind.
was a Cupid skin.
I think you're right.
Baby Foo-Foo.
So, I'm sitting in my car, right, and I'm driving, and
You're thinking of why the hell did my parents lie to me about Santa?
no, one of the podcasts I was listening to, too, I think we're talking about how kids find out that, you know, there's this fat fuck in the North Pole that somehow is banging out Mrs. Claus and somehow
way more-
delivers all these gifts to all the children around the world, right? So the gist of my topic is
Just.
obviously
Just.
don't discriminate against words, Nick. That's racist.
Jizz.
Why do parents lie? 1, and 2, what are your stories with them? Because I remember a specific story with me of when I officially understood that Santa wasn't true. Right? Don't remember how old it was.
Kid.
No, but I did have a friend on the show who I'm going to put on blast because I don't care. Because he was on our show, Christian. One year when we were very little, him and his brother put a tape recorder in their Christmas tree.
Oh my god.
And put it on record when we all thought Santa was real. Fun fact, ruined Santa that year because it was like that next step of confirmation wasn't true because they heard their parents. Shocker, on Christmas Eve. But then, did you guys, when you were younger, have Mr. Claus come on a fire truck to your house like the weeks before Christmas? Did any of you have that?
Well, here's what happened with me with that.
Okay.
So my next door neighbor, who his father was a fireman and stuff like that.
Kid from our high school?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I mean
You got ran over by the fire truck, right?
Ran over by reindeer.
so he had the he had the you know, the Santa on the fire truck come
Yeah,
every
that's
year.
right.
So he'd come and he'd drop off, you know, whatever gift over there, and it'd be this night. It'd be a pretty decent gift. Like, I'd be
Yeah.
like, all right, that's pretty cool.
Relevant to
then, you
what
know,
your
I'd-
fans.
You know, we'd see the fire truck come, so I'd go outside. We'd go outside and be like, oh, yeah, hey, Santa, what's up? And then I'd get a gift. And I'd look at this thing, and I'd be like, what the fuck is
Oh,
this? Like, what did I
mothballs.
get? look what he got. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But, like, you know, in the end, it's like, wow, I actually ended up getting something. So, I mean,
Yeah.
who cares? But I always laugh at that. It was like, as a kid, I was like, are you fucking? Like, in my
Yeah, you were
head, I was
so-
like, what the?
And you were
then,
so
like,
pissed
look
at
it,
Santa.
and I look at it now, like, it's so like, who cares?
This brought up a younger memory, but the reason I brought up the fire truck. So you didn't have this, Nick? You never got
No
this?
fire truck that I
Mike?
can recall.
I mean, I remember that. I don't know.
So
But
your
I
parents would
remember,
like
the whole
this
thing.
whole thing about it.
And the instance of me, I think that only happened like once too.
I think
And
this happened like twice or so, but you could call the township and there would be days where they would have Santa come around on a fire truck and deliver presents. Now, the year I finally got like that final confirmation was, I guess the plan was that you have to hide your presents on the lawn and then Santa picks them up to give to you from your parents' but they don't come with the presents.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
So I went out on my front porch and behind the little chair that was on our porch were like 2 wrapped gifts, and I was like,
What?
the fuck is this? And I was like, don't look at that. And I was like, all right. And so I was like, I thought you liked this. Sit on my lap, which is a little creepy. All right, we all sit on Santa's lap.
Sure.
Right? Where the fuck did that belief start? I don't really want to know the history. And he gives me this gift. So I was like, you know what? We got the tape recorder. My mom gave the gifts for this fake ass Santa Claus. Santa's not real. That was the final straw. Because
When was this? How old were you?
20. 21. No, I couldn't really tell you. I was super, super young. But I remember that as being like the final nail in the coffin. Like you already knew for a significant amount of time. But that was gone.
I don't know, dude. That shit was sick. I look back on those times so fondly, dude. Of
When you
me and
think
my,
about
I
it,
remember
me and,
when I got a Razor scooter.
me and my brothers growing up and like waking up Christmas morning and our parent like
Was there a better feeling?
no, we'd
No.
wake up. First
No.
of all, that was like the earliest I would ever wake up
Oh,
with my
yeah.
wife.
Yep.
I'd wake up at like 6:30 a.m. I'd be like, let's fucking go.
Torture your parents. Wake up.
I'd run in. I'd start jumping on their bed. or
Yep.
whatever.
Mom, wake up. Dad,
Me and
wake
my
up.
brothers
Santa's
would
here.
wake up and like because we all slept on the second floor. We'd all get ready to go down the steps. My dad would be like, wait. Just sit on the steps and wait. So we'd be sitting
Oh
there
my
on the
God,
steps
you
and be
got-
like shaking.
yeah.
Oh my God, the presents are down there. Jesus. And my dad would go in. He'd set up the camera.
Good,
And
good.
then all of a sudden he'd set up the camera in the room. And then like when we'd go back and like watch the tapes, just be the still camera on the room. All of a sudden you hear. My brother would get in. He'd be looking around. He's like, "What the fuck is going on?" He runs over to his little spot, and like all this shit would be.
Each
there.
kid had
It
a
was
special-
So, we had a section of the
Special,
tree.
no, different wrapping paper per child sometimes.
We didn't have
I
that.
had that.
We just had our designated section
Spots.
of the tree.
My mom was good with about different wrapping paper per child. So once you identified your wrapping paper, you were in
You were
it.
golden.
Mike, as the Greek boy, you celebrate
Normal Christmas.
Okay. No, but I remember growing up, even because I've known you for far too long that I've liked. You did presents on Christmas Eve, which was different than me, right?
Nope.
When did you do presents?
Do you-
Normal Christmas.
No, you did on Christmas Day?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you celebrate Zeus?
Yes. The Thunder God.
I'll tell you right now, Mike, that memory is ingrained in my head. So there was one Christmas that I must have asked you, and you, I guess, randomly did them on Christmas Eve, and I've rolled with that the rest of my life.
No. We went. No.
Your
No.
grandparents and stuff, maybe?
Yeah, no, we went to our grandparents' house for dinner on Christmas Eve. Not even my Greek grandparents, the other grandparents.
Mama.
Yeah, and we did like family like presents from like cousins and uncles and
Yeah, I usually
like,
do
all
on
that
Christmas Eve,
stuff
yeah.
on Christmas Eve.
Okay, so I think I've accepted that memory as your
Yeah.
normal Christmas for being Greek, and I've just used that for the rest of my life.
I mean, and then when we got older, we would do like one present from our from our parents on Christmas Eve.
Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking
like
of
real
then.
late at night.
Yeah. That was me. That was how my house was.
What, you did one present?
Yeah, we'd get
What, you
one.
get to pick one?
Yeah,
And
we'd,
your parents
we'd
had
run
it.
around and be like, it was
I
so
was
stressful.
sleeping on the couch and waking up at 3 a.m. right by the tree.
So I want to do a whole topic on Christmas, and specifically about favorite
Like,
gifts.
fucking kid Mike, what the fuck is
Yeah.
he going to bed, kid?
We'll focus on parents' lives. So I want to bring up the next liar, and I'm gonna skip the trash bag Easter bunny and roll on to right.
I always was suspicious of
Yeah,
that
fuck the Easter bunny. We'll get to him in a minute.
That was like the earliest one, I
Yeah.
think.
The tooth fairy.
Well,
Come
yeah.
on.
I mean, yeah.
Now, this got ruined for me at a very young age as well when I was at my grandparents'
Now
house.
this one is more of a credit to parents than it is
Yeah, it's pretty
It is
fucking
difficult.
impressive.
Yeah.
than it is them act like
There's
it
no,
being
I'm,
a
no,
lie.
I was thinking about it. There's an argument to be made for that.
No,
Some credit is due.
Yeah.
However, if you're in my position, you're at your grandparents' house from Italy, and you lose a tooth that day earlier at dinner, eating the delicious Italian food.
As soon as that happened, your parents were like, "Oh fuck,
So, yeah.
shit."
So Brandon falls asleep, I think, upstairs, right? And maybe I went downstairs. I don't really know the fine details. However, there was money left under a pillow by my cousin, who's awesome. There was some money left under a different pillow by my parents, who were trying to do their job as the tooth fairy. And my Italian grandparents, I think my grandma, who doesn't really know, God rest her soul, left money under another pillow. So young Brandon is like, why the fuck are there 3 different money locations for this goddamn tooth fairy that left me money?
She had a little bit to drink that night.
Yeah, and everyone was just leaving me money. I was happy,
Yeah.
but I was like, what the why? Who invented this shit?
I think to make it easy for myself, if I ever have a kid, I'm just gonna fucking throw a strobe light across the room and go in there with like $20 in my hand and be like, "Holy shit, you see that? He fucking left us!"
Not only that, dude, due to inflation now, parents are fucked with the tooth fairy now.
yes,
They gotta
sure.
leave like a couple bucks.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
Couple
what the hell?
dollars.
I would get like a couple quarters.
Well, that was the best
get-
thing too.
Go get some
1
bazooka.
quarter.
Go get some bazooka bubble gum
No.
at the baseball field or something.
I'm glad you said this because I remember that being a huge reason where it was like my parents and cousin left like a few bucks and then my Italian grandparents left me like a 20, which at the time was like a fucking $150.
Yeah.
Now I was like, I'm fucking cruising. This is a great tooth fairy. So fuck that.
Yeah, like probably one of the best nights of my parents' life. That's a stretch. But like where they were a little bit relieved was like there was one night where I was laying on this family room. It had like a sort of
An
a white-
ottoman.
No,
Okay,
I was
just wanted
laying.
to say that.
I used to like lay on the floor on a pillow. And
We
then
don't know what
used
you're
to have,
saying.
like, we used to have a pretty decently big TV, so I'd be laying on the floor just staring at this TV. And the carpet that I was laying on was whitish. And, I had a loose tooth, so I was kind of fiddling with it as
Oh,
I was
no.
watching Nickelodeon. Next thing you know, I could tell it was gonna go. So I was like, all right, I'm just
Give
gonna
it that
rip this.
little extra.
Cranked it out. Thing fell out of my mouth into the floor, and I was like, "Where the
Blood
fuck did
all
my
over.
tooth go?" And I literally couldn't find it at all. It was lost forever.
Fun
And
fact.
that was the greatest day of your parents' life.
Yeah, because they were like, "Wow, we don't
Yeah.
gotta sneak into this kid's room."
Oh, that's
and
where it was going. I
and
was like,
slip
wait,
a
wait,
no,
couple
I
of
got
cents.
that part, but I'm just
No, I was on your trial. I was like, wait, how does it their greatest day? But any Hoosiers, that brought me to my random fun fact before we get on to the Easter honey. First time I ever lost my first tooth, as I recall, was eating an apple like a cartoon. That's any,
What?
like, you know how in the cartoons you'd eat an apple, lose a tooth? I literally lost my first tooth, as I recall, by eating an apple. I felt like a
Wow.
cartoon character.
Wow,
You
that's
are
great.
You are,
cartoon
man.
I know. That's why I'm living up to the name. All right, the Easter Bunny. This creepy fuck. Now, Nick, as a resident priest of foreplay,
Now you're
now you're a
now you're
priest
an ordained
or a
priest.
priestess.
You went from the scientist to the priest.
Why can't I
It's
be
the most
both?
ironic thing ever.
Doesn't have to be ironic, but
Listen,
another
you
topic
missed
for
you
another
missed
day.
Trivial Pursuit. So until you battle Mike for the scientific category of Trivial Pursuit, you are not longer the scientist.
I may not be the scientist,
And your name is Cricket.
That was established.
but I am the detective.
Fuck.
because
Is that 'cause you
because
won
he's
Clue?
undefeated in Clue.
That's not documented or
he's
recorded.
he's undefeated in Clue.
He, I don't appreciate that he turns away from the camera. That makes it a little more comedic, but Nick did win in Clue. All right. Mike said he hates Clue, so fuck you.
Yeah,
Sidebar.
enjoy it.
Nick, why does the Easter Bunny exist?
I probably learned at
It's a
some
weird
point.
way to.
Well, he's the priest.
Okay.
I probably learned at some point. To be honest, I don't remember.
Was he God's rabbit?
The only thing I could think of,
That wasn't as funny as you think.
the only
I think it's really funny.
the only again with zero information, I probably learned that at some point, but I don't recall it. But taking an educated guess onto why I think it would exist is the story of Jesus' resurrection is not exactly a child-friendly story. So it's possible that the Easter Bunny was created to be a kid-friendly way to introduce kids to Easter.
Right, and he lays eggs.
Maybe. I'm just taking a wild shot here.
Now,
There's no credibility.
the
at all
reason I
to
put you
what I'm
on
saying.
spot is because of how much you love the Easter Bunny. I mean, Nick, sidebar, this is his favorite holiday.
No.
He
My
actually
favorite
every
holiday
year
is
looks forward to
Halloween.
Easter's. He hosts his own Easter egg hunt every year and invites people. It's kind of weird at this point, but so what are your comments, Nick, on Easter and the Easter Bunny more specifically for the topic?
I think he's a unique fictional character.
Why do you love him so much? Is the
I can't
question.
say he has as much clout as the Santa Claus. Or
Why are
the-
you avoiding
Tooth
how
Fairy?
much you love the Easter Bunny?
Because it's a waste of time.
okay, so
There's
we'll
no
say that.
accuracy to the statement, so I'm not going to.
Oh, so you're now disputing that.
I think the
any
whole
significance.
Easter shtick is kind of flawed. It's like, okay, let's dump a bunch of these eggs in some liquid paint, and the next thing you know, a giant rabbit's gonna come in our house and hide them all over the place. It's gonna hide them all over the place and
hide
leave you
them
a couple
eggs,
gifts.
have them candy eggs and those candy beans, and you get a
I
big
would
old
love
basket.
some milk steak right now and the rawest jelly bean.
Now, we've talked shit right about Santa.
Hope you guys
talk
got
some
that
shit
reference,
about-
otherwise that was really weird. of
It
me to
was
say.
weird, so we're just gonna let it
Okay,
be
you
weird.
don't get the reference.
The Tooth Fairy. However, there was a time where I remember as a young lad with my cousin, the Easter Bunny. Did the Easter Bunny used to bring you the basket plus a gift? Did you guys receive a gift with the Easter
Yeah.
Bunny basket? There was a number of years where I distinctly remember getting Game Boy games, more specifically Pokemon games.
Yikes!
That was
Jackpot.
huge. Pokemon Sapphire, I believe I
Amazing.
got from an Easter Bunny basket. So that was pretty
That's
cool.
a bar. Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's pretty cool.
Spoiled child.
But why? All right, so now to the should you know question, because we talked about all these people.
Yes.
Should parents lie to their kids about these fabricated ass
Yes.
holidays? Why?
What do you mean?
Are you
why?
gonna lie to your kids?
Yes, because
Why?
I know how much I enjoyed all that shit when I was a kid,
Okay, that's a good argument.
and I want,
I'm not saying
I
you're
want
wrong.
them to experience that.
I'm so mad I can't think of it, but what is the fucking what is the Santa
The garbage
Claus?
troll.
What is
Okay.
the Santa Claus for fucking Dwight Schrute?
Oh, the Belschnickel.
Belschnickel.
Oh my god, there's our officer.
Belschnickel.
Belschnickel. What?
So
He
fucking
throws the
good.
soil in their face.
Just the food that he fucking has.
Gold.
Yeah, it was a
Nick,
great-
watch The Office,
great
you piece of
episode.
shit.
One day,
One day.
maybe.
Do you think Nick would enjoy it, sidebar?
probably
think so.
would.
I
I
think
need
he would.
to watch that episode when I go home.
Do you think Nick would enjoy The Office?
I probably would.
I think he would find a little bit of humor in there. Hit or miss, right? He's either going to love it or hate it.
No, Nick has a
I
good
can
sense
never
of
read
humor.
Nick, so
He
I
does.
have no idea.
That's why I asked Mike more importantly.
I realistically think I would enjoy The Office.
Yeah.
Again, just TV or video.
well,
games.
you
also
like
don't
you
know
like
what-
dry humor, though.
I also
I
don't
think.
know what Nick
I do love
likes.
dry
like,
humor.
I feel like his room is pure white and he just stares at the wall when he goes home.
I play video games.
No,
all
but
day.
I think you like dry humor almost more than any of us. Here.
I love highbrow, like super deep jokes that maybe only a handful of people would
And that's
get.
pretty much Michael Scott's shtick for the movie. Just dry
No, Michael
fucking.
No,
Scott's
no.
over
That's
the
like
top.
Yeah.
like the least.
Exactly.
No,
person
you'd be
that would-
more like Seinfeld, where it's more like
Yeah.
Yeah.
where Jerry Seinfeld's more of a dry sort of humor. Like
So
I feel
you
like-
you enjoyed. You wouldn't hate The Office. I feel. at
I
least.
wouldn't. I would. I think I would.
You
I've
at
watched a
least
few
like it,
episodes.
yeah.
I think I would like
no,
it.
I mean, The Office is a hard show to hate.
We need to do a
and-
whole
There
topic
are.
on The Office.
There are
So
some
Nick-
episodes that are over the top, and I'm like, all right, cool.
So why is Easter
Funny.
your favorite holiday?
Easter's not my favorite holiday.
I'm talking about the Easter Bunny.
Easter Bunny's not my favorite fictional character, for that matter. Favorite holiday is Halloween. On an actual
gonna
side note, my
put that
favorite
on
holiday
tonight.
is Halloween.
We're gonna talk about that.
because that's
a different
right
day.
around your
My
birthday.
birthday.
Yeah.
Plus, I love
Is it October 23rd,
no,
30th,
no,
20th? It's the 20th.
no,
It is.
no,
It is.
it's not.
October 12th.
No,
Oh, goddamn.
21st.
no.
Do you know? Nick?
24th, add 3.
I'm pretty sure it's the 23rd.
No.
24th, add 4.
No.
At this time.
24th, add fucking 5. 29th.
You got 1.5 of those correct.
It's in the 20s. I know that.
It's in the 20s. No doubt.
It's in the 20s.
I could have swore it was like the 27th or the 29th.
29.
Fuck
it?
yeah. It is. I don't need to look it up.
Yeah, that's what the 24th. Dude, to Nesser 24, add 5 for. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
At 5, so you added 5 to your 24 to get 29.
To get 29.
And that's the Foreplay Podcast, everyone, where we talk about the problems in America, shopping online and in stores,
And Belschnickel.
and Belschnickel, and or parents lying to their kids.
We do it all here.
Yes or no? Should parents lie to their kids?
See,
Yes or no? That's all I asked.
I have.
Yes or no?
I have a moral conundrum.
Put his seat back. I tried to end the show. Go ahead.
No, honestly, because of the intention, I agree with Kevin. I'm gonna have to.
I agree with
probably
Kevin
say
as
yes
well.
because of all the fun that it brings.
Yes.
The
That you look forward to.
yes, it's
More-
not lying for a morally
Not
bad
many more
reason.
fun memories than running down the stairs on Christmas.
I agree, it's a great time, but at the same time, I have this like side belief that it's kind of fucked up because
It
it's
is.
so magical then, and then
When
when
you
you
take it
finally
away.
realize how cynical the real world is, it's like a huge, just like, slap in the face.
And we're going to touch more
It's
on
not-
that
it's
on the
not like
holiday
a,
topic. No, it is.
It's not like a steep
no, but
drop
like,
on a roller
no, but
coaster.
that's where like the downward like slope goes, like
It's all
from
downhill
like
from
the
there.
magical like child feeling, and then you start realizing like, oh, summers like don't mean shit anymore. You work during the summer now, and then
Yeah.
Well, that's
just goes
That's
down.
different from like
Holidays.
Christmas.
No, I'm saying that's where
He's
the
saying,
decline
yeah,
like
I understand what Mike's saying.
of
Yeah.
like childhood like magical happiness
Yeah.
starts.
True.
I mean,
Kevin?
ends.
You don't believe parents should lie to their kids. Mike, lie to your kids?
Do whatever you want.
Should you know? Lie to do whatever you want.
The way you're stating it, no, don't lie to your kids about like other
Technically,
shit.
they lie to their kids.
Well, white lies are good.
It's like
Intention.
yeah, it's like
Yeah, white lies.
Intention.
Nick, you're a
not
good.
meant
You're
to
a
hurt
good-looking
anything.
human being. White lie. This has been the Foreplay Podcast, episode 41.
See, that's
You should subscribe to our channel at youtube.com/4playvideo. Go into the description of all of our videos, like and follow all of our social media pages. Nick and his nipples will be back next week with episode 42. We'll see you guys another day.
Sponsored by-
Thank you guys for watching or listening.
Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/4playvideo.
If you like what we're doing, make sure to smash that like button.
be sure to share all our videos with your friends so we could continue to grow. And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.